Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Sorry I can't be with you today. Uh, I have a little weight workout for us, like some weight stuff that we've normally been doing. I'm going to talk about the muscles. I'm going to talk about your cardinal directions today too: north, south, east, and west. Um, there's actually probably going to be two videos, and one is going to conclude more of the north, south, east, and west stuff, and this one is going to contain like a little workout. So, to get started. Put your weights. Make sure your area is clear. I got a few things I have to move. A few things over there. Looks pretty clear. The rest to go back. All right, ready? So I'm going to start with my deltoids, and I'm going to progress through some of the other muscles we've done. I'm not going to do any new exercises today because I don't feel comfortable not showing and seeing all together, and maybe even answering questions. So I have been talking about as students do this that maybe they want to start lifting heavier weights. We all started with water bottles, right? And I even started with empty water bottles when I started my exercises. And I've gone up a few weights, but I'm starting to think like of you guys too. Like you might need some heavier weights too. For these exercises that I'm doing right now, you only started with maybe a pound in each hand. And now you might be up to more. Like I'm up to 4 pounds for this exercise. But I was thinking about how we did the water bottles. All right. And you know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about doing some bigger water bottles might be a good idea. These are 50 cents each at ShopRite right now. It's the Bowl in the Basket brand. And you know what? I think like my son might use some of these because he's in fourth grade and he needs a little more challenge than a water bottle. Some of you have been coming to class with weights. But I want to warn you, we don't want super heavy weights. We're kind of going for a lot of exercise, but not using a lot of weight. So I'm going to go right in the bicep curl, palm facing forward. And since I'm going to talk about like the cardinal directions first in my other video, I should tell you like over here on this side, this is to my east over here. The sun's going to be coming up probably while I'm doing this video. And I'm outside right now. It's really nice outside. I heard some birds earlier. I'm going to be noticing if the sun comes up. I should be able to see it by the time I'm done either this video or your next one. I'm going to emphasize to you good posture. Make sure your back is straight. These things we've been doing. All right, a couple more of those. All right, I'm going to go into the tricep now. Elbows close to your head. All right, hands going straight up and down. This is the one where if you wanted to, you could experiment with different body positions, such as your knees bent. All right. You could lean to one side. Right now, I'm leaning towards my west. Maybe do a couple towards my east. I'm going to go lower to the ground and do it by bending my knees, but the whole time, my back stays straight. Always keep your back straight. If your back is straight and you're bending your knees like me, you will feel your leg muscles engaged. They'll be engaged working. All right, so a couple more of these. Again, we're not trying to do a heavy weight. We're trying to do a lot of weight. I'm sorry, we're starting to do a lot of exercises, a lot of repetitions, they're called. Each time I go up and down, that's a repetition. We're trying to do a lot of repetitions. All right, this is one's the flip flop. This is one you want a lighter weight for. I would think that this is one that most of you would use 1 pound, maybe at the most. I have 4 pounds, and it's going to be heavy for me. All right. So I stay in my good posture, always good posture. All right, we've been calling this one the flip flop because of a creative third grade group. So give your muscles a little shake. All right, one hand is going to go forward, one hand is going to go back, and we're going to slowly switch. All right, I'm going to demonstrate from the side also, just so you can see good posture is important. All right, and getting up all the way, and that little extra stretch, not a lot. We don't want anything to hurt. Nothing should be painful while we're doing this. And our arm should move totally under our control. Feels really good to do some of these. This is probably my favorite exercise for these posture muscles. I know I'm sitting in a chair for a computer for a lot of the day. Many of you might be too. These are great exercises for posture. All right, shake some of those out. I really kind of feel like 4 pounds is too much for me for this. I think I should have gone with a lower weight for it. All right, brachioradialis. Very important how you grip it. All right, I got my thumbs facing you guys. All right, my thumbs stay facing you guys. If your thumbs aren't facing the computer, or straight forward, I should say, you might have a problem with this one. You might be doing it wrong. You could be mixing it up with the bicep curl. So thumbs facing forward. All right, we're coming up and down. You don't actually have to go all the way up on this one. Right about there. You can see where I am. Right about there. It's as far as you have to go. All right, you don't have to come all the way up to touch your shoulder with your hand. Just talking to some of the kids. This is the muscle that we use. Well, not because I don't ride motorcycles. But if I was to ride a motorcycle, this would be the muscle that I turn the gas with and make the bike go. We actually play a game in gym class for a person called Vroom. I always kind of thought that the name is this thing called an onomatopoeia. It's a sound that's a word like or hiss. So Vroom is the sound I pictured person making when they ran by. Vroom. A couple more of these guys. All right. Feeling this one. This 4 pounds. This is a good weight for me for this one. I want to make sure we always have good posture. Right. I peek over at you guys to go check my posture. You should always really be looking straight ahead. All right, shake those guys out. All right, I'm gonna do my shoulder press now. I'm gonna mix in a little legs with this one. I might have to back up a little bit here. Yeah, because I think the legs are important for this. So my legs are gonna be a little wider than my shoulder because I'm gonna bend them during this. I'm actually gonna kind of mix into exercises. All right, so your shoulder press, put your weights by your ears. All right, and you're gonna push straight up. Right, come down nice and slow, under control. Always under control, never moving too fast, never really pausing for too long. All right. Now my knees are bent. I'm gonna turn to the side real quick so you can kind of see my posture. Good, knees a little bent. All right. Now what I'm gonna do, as my hands are over my head and they're coming down, I'm gonna go down a little bit, and I'm gonna do a couple like this with my knees bent in one position. My posture, I have keeping my back straight, just going up and down under control. And I'm going to bend my knees a little bit more. And my back, I'm telling you, my back is straight. It feels a little weird to put it this straight. But as I've been doing this, I've noticed that the muscles in my back, they've gotten kind of used to it and they want to be in the better posture position. All right, I'm going to go down a little bit more. I'm telling you, let me see. Back straight. Back straight. I'm going to go down a little more. And I'm going to do a couple more of these guys. I can really feel my legs getting a workout. I can feel my calf muscle. Feel my quadricep right here in the front. And I just got a good workout doing those few things. All right, let's do some planking. Got to make sure we have a good space for planking. So I'm going to make a spot right here. I'm going to bring you guys with me. Okay. All right, so we're going to do our basic plank. We're going to do a clock one where we're like hands of a clock. We're going to do a push-up plank, and you can add some things to that, and I'll demonstrate. We will do the hip dip plank. All right, let me level this out here. There we go. Hip dip plank, and I'll demonstrate them all before I do them. And then we're going to have a challenge at the end. Okay, let me move my mouse thing over. All right, plank number one. All right. Just a little plank, body's up. Let me tuck my shirt in so you can tell that my knees are off the ground. All right, ready? All right, my push-up, I'm sorry, my basic plank, my body's flat and straight. I'll turn the side a little bit so you can see. Sun's starting to come up over there. All right, so we're just gonna hold that for a second, get our body ready. All right, I'm gonna go into the push-up plank. We're gonna go up into push-up position, and I come down into the plank. Up. If you want to add a push-up, you may, but this is just good enough. This is what we're after here. We're after engaging these muscles, doing some planks with them. There we go. Go up and down. I'm going to mix in a push-up every now and then just to give myself that extra challenge. All right, let's do 2 more. Ready? Down, up. There we go. Down and up. There we go. Good job. You might notice breathing is difficult. We're using the breathing muscles while we do this. So it is good to pause a little bit, especially as we're just kind of getting started. All right, let's do the hip dip. Turn to the side, do a little demo. All right, so be in plank position, and my hip is going to touch the ground. Go in the middle, and I'm going to go to the other side. All right, here we go. All right, we're up, hip. There you go. Just get your hip to the side, pausing very slightly at the top, just to keep control of your body. Go turn the side a little bit so you can see what's going on. Hip dip, hip dip. All right, there you go. Do a couple more. You can do these all day if you want to. You might really notice now it's getting tricky to breathe. These muscles are all tight. Take a little break. We'll breathe. Breathing's important. Couple of breaths, let your body get oxygen. You might feel your heart is beating a little harder because this is hard work if you're doing it right. One more breath. All right. I'm going to do the clock one now. In plank position, hand comes forward, touches your hip, put it back down. Forward, hip, put it back down. All right, ready? Come up, hand up, touch hip. Up, hip. There you go. Hip, good job. If you're trying, you're doing good. If you're really trying your hardest, I'm very proud of you. If it's difficult for you, but you're still trying, I'm more proud of you. As long as you're working towards the goal, you're doing the right thing. You may not know this, but there's only 2 rules in my class. Do what you think is right and do your best. There's no other rules we really need. Sure, there are some other things we can and cannot do, but those are the 2 big ones. All right. Whew. A little bit of work out there. All right. Challenge. So I'm going to give you a couple different ways to challenge yourself with this. This is the challenge plank. All right. This is where we're going to raise our right hand and our left foot. Head's in the way. All right. Out of a plank position, we come back down, and then we'll do the opposite. There's also going to be a balance challenge to see how long you can stay on one limb. Now, if you can do this twice, it's good. If you do it 4 times, it's really good. If you could do it more than 6, you might be able to just keep doing it. Your body might be so in shape from this that it's super simple. But I'm just going to do a couple. You try them with me. As long as you're trying, you're doing the right thing. And after that, I'll do the balance challenge, and then I'll move on. Always a breath right before you go, right? Maybe 2. All right, plank challenge. Ready? Up. All right, I'm going to do my left hand and my right foot. I'm just going to pause for a second, do the other side. Here we go. Right, here we go. Good job. Keep trying. Just try. There you go. You'll get it. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more. Then we're going to go to the plank challenge. All right, so we're going to try to do it one arm on the ground and the opposite leg on the ground and balance in that position. I'm going to try to do it for 10 seconds on each side. All right. If you can do 5, if you can do 6, it's great. If you can do 5, you know what? Next time, the goal is 6. If you can do 2 seconds, then the next goal is 3 seconds. And we just keep building. Ready? Deep breath. All right, ready? I got my opposites up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. What was your number? Remember, that's just your goal to beat next time. My goal is different than your goal. It's different than somebody else's goal. We just have our own goals. Sometimes people get unhappy because they compare themselves to others. Compare yourself to you. Ready? I will go opposite. Now I just did this one up. Now do the opposites. I have a side that I'm better at. See if you could tell which one I'm better at. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, that got me. Are your muscles right in here tired? Or in your back? Because that's a good exercise.